All right, what's happening? It is 8 o'clock. Do you know where your indie horror's at? It is right here. We're doing a special little rebroadcast of last night's episode. We had co-owner of Nightmare Toys and actress Kristy Adams on. She her schedule did not permit her to be on our normal time, which is right now. So we had her on last night. Don't you love this little crappy non-green screen having background I got here? So we decided, of course, we can't let 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night leave you with no indie horror junkie. So we got you covered. We're playing a rebroadcast of last night's episode in case you missed it. And I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget the new issue of Indie Horror Junkie will be out. It's this bad boy right here. Where's it at? There it is. This bad boy right here. Issue 9. Coming out May 13th. So keep that in mind. And without further ado, let us watch and maybe for the first time, watch for the first time. Who knows? All right, here we go. Enjoy. This is Miss Kristy Adams from Nightmare Toys. NightmareToys.com.
Hi, I'm Jen Soska. And I'm Sylvia Soska. And we're the Soska Sisters. And this is Indie Horror Junkie. Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
We're a panic attack.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkies.
Indie Horror Junkie. Indie Horror Junkie.
It's the Indie Horror Junkie Podcast, your source for anything and everything indie horror. Here's your host, Otis B. Dreads. All right, guess what time it is? It's 8 p.m. Eastern. That can mean only one thing. It's Indie Horror Junkie Podcast time. That's where your indie horror's at. I switched it up this week.
You did. What's going on, junkies?
What's happening? We have Asylum Amy joining us this week. It's always a pleasure.
Likewise.
You never know what's going to come out of our mouths when all three of us.
That is a fact.
which makes it fun. We got a good show tonight. If you guys have never heard of Nightmare Toys, you're going to. I don't know where you've been. Nightmare Toys. We have co-owner and actress Miss Kristy Adams joining us. She'll be joining us here in just a few. It's time to do some housekeeping. Of course, the new issue, which has a very, very cool cover, if I do say so myself. The new issue coming out May 13th. So just a few weeks away. And look at this. Where there it is. Look at this thing of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
That is our new issue coming out, as I mentioned.
Yeah, that is Wendy and Kevin, and they are in the Central Florida area, and they are both actors. And as you can see, they are also practical special effects artists as well. They've actually worked on quite a few films with Rick and I.
Yeah.
Very talented, great people. We love
Got
working
some
with
Mad
them.
Max things going on there.
Yeah, they're very creative. You can count on them. They're good people. So we're happy to showcase them and promote, their work in the indie horror community. And I just love that cover.
Yeah.
So no, it's very pleasing to the eye. Another one that I think is very pleasing to the eye is the issue that is out right now. That features Mr. Peter Anthony's new movie called Laugh. That there's nothing to laugh about right there. That's pretty damn creepy, if you ask me.
Another great cover. They're in pre-production right now. They're slated to shoot in September, so I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of Laugh on socials. And once the trailer drops, we'll have to throw it in here one night because everybody's really stoked about this film.
Yeah. Peter's a great guy. We've had him on the show and talked to him. Great guy. Look forward to this.
Yeah.
And what do we have to look forward to in the new issue coming out May 13th? Anything you guys want to talk about with that? What can people look forward to?
The beautiful Kristy Adams.
That's right. Kristy Adams is going to be our indie horror hottie of the issue. So we're going to have
unintentional segue.
Yes, we're going to have a great picture over there for the hottie segment. Plus, also, we're going to have a great article that tells you all the incredible things this woman has been up to. She is a real force to be reckoned with, and you need to read up on her. It's probably also going to be our biggest issue because we've jam-packed a lot of stuff in there, a lot of new great movies coming up, including we got a big article in there on the Saska sisters. Big three-page wrap-up on them to let you know, because they are somebody that I am very, very enamored with. They bring so much to the horror genre, and they are just the sweetest girls ever. So definitely read up on that. And
they work their tails off, just like Kristy.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And Rick and I know you guys touched on this on the last podcast. I couldn't be there, but the indie horror hottie section of the magazine is not only just to showcase beautiful women. That's just
to get you in the door.
Yes, to get you in the door. It really is to showcase the talent and the drive and the entrepreneurship and the hard work and the hustle that these women are doing in the indie horror community. It's a platform for them to show their work and promote their upcoming projects. And these ladies are working hard and they're killing it. And if you go on their socials and check out what they're doing, it's going to blow you away. They are busy, they are grinding, and they are doing the damn thing. And I'm so proud of every single indie horror hottie that we have in the magazine. And I'm so proud that we can give them a platform in that way. It's so important.
And Kristy definitely speaks to that as well. She's an entrepreneur, she's an actress, and she's a hustler. Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm so excited to not just mention her in the magazine, but get to learn all about her tonight.
Woohoo.
Absolutely. And I mean, if that's all we have, I look choppy. I don't know if I'm coming through choppy with you guys, but
a little bit.
I don't know what's going. There we go. Maybe. Anyway, if that's all the housekeeping that
we have an event this weekend. Yeah.
We do. Absolutely.
I'll let Amy talk about that, and then I'll talk about the first Indie Horror Junkie hookup right there. Amy, go ahead.
Busy, Rick. Dang. Yeah. This weekend we have the Horror Burlesque Cabaret. We're very honored to be a sponsor. This is happening in Ybor City. So we had these lovely folks on the show last week promoting this, and this is something we're really looking forward to. It's, it's sexy, it's horror, it's music, and it's part of our community. So we're really, really happy to promote them and be a part of it. So if you guys are in the Tampa Bay area, come down to Ybor. It's going to be at the Brass Mug. It starts at 7 o'clock. Rick and I and some of the other junkies are going to be there we're going to have a table set up. We're going to have our magazines that you can buy. We'll be there to sign. We have our shirts. We have some DVDs. We are there to meet and mingle and just have an amazing night and support these beautiful artists in the community. So definitely take the time to come out if you're free and come say hi.
And one last thing to go along with that, for that event, Otis, you have the picture of the cover? There we go. Nightmare Collection Volume 2. We're actually going to have the limited edition VHS. We got a couple of copies in. It's very limited, and I mean very limited. So we will have a couple of copies there for sale. It's the first film that's going to be an Indie Horror Junkie hookup. That's our new distribution line. So definitely come out and check it out. Look at that cover. Isn't that looking sweet? I love old VHSs. It reminds me of the Blockbuster days.
VHS cover to launch this. It was a great idea, and I'm all about it. Everybody wants those physical copies, you know, and the limited edition just makes it that much more special. So I'm gonna have to steal one myself.
And not only that, the VHS. If anybody's like me, I'm very nostalgic like that. So I don't have any VHS anymore, but maybe I could just start my collection back up with that. Big guy right there.
Place to start, Otis.
I know. I need to start. I started with vinyl. So all right, let's talk some Nightmare Toys. Let's talk some indie movies, some fan films, and one fan film that Miss Kristy Adams was in. I believe it came out last year. It says 2023, so we'll. But it is a fan film for all of you My Bloody Valentine fans. This one's for you. Check it out when we come back. Miss Kristy Adams will be with us.
Valentine's Day party. You coming?
No offense, man. I'm just not in the mood to celebrate.
Ever since you closed the mine, we're hurting. This town is hurting.
Settle down, everybody.
Yes.
All right. That was awesome. Yeah, I didn't realize that it didn't cover the whole screen, so we got to see the top of your head. The whole
Well, I wasn't watching that. I was watching that trailer. It looks great.
No,
Where did you guys film that at, Kristy? Welcome to the show, by the way.
Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all having me on. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
That was in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to travel from Vegas to Pennsylvania to go do that. So.
Oh man! And how long was the shoot?
It was a day shoot, but it was an all day, all night shoot, though. I mean,
it was a day shoot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Because all my stuff, well, besides doing the bar stuff, then we moved to a house. It was like a bed and breakfast. And we used that for a lot of my stuff. And so, yeah, we were there the whole rest of the day doing that and all night. So, yeah, it was fun.
And where can we watch this?
I'm sorry?
Where can we watch this?
It's on YouTube right now. That's the only thing. Or usually sometimes I have Blu-rays and DVDs available on Nightmare Toys. I don't have any available right now. But I do have some available for Texas Frightmare, which I'll be going to next month. So I usually have some for conventions as well, too, though.
Awesome.
Great. Well, I mean, you mentioned the conventions. Let's start with that. What do you got coming up? Anything on the plate? Movies? You mentioned conventions. What's going on?
Got a lot of things coming up for Nightmare Toys, y'all. A lot. I'm very excited about some things that are coming up shortly. So this Sunday, Ice 9 Kills.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
VIP
probably
event.
on a plane right now.
It's a special VIP event. Sick New World is happening on Saturday. It's a big,
That's right.
you know. So on Sunday, they're going to do a special VIP event at my store for their fans. You have to get the tickets. It's a ticket thing, though. So it's not really Nightmare Toys putting it on. We're just kind of giving them the space to do their little event kind of thing. But you do have to buy the tickets through ice9kills.com. And there's two tickets you can buy. One's like $250, one's $150, and you get like all this special perks. And there's supposed to be like a photo op and all the stuff that goes with it. Wow. So that's happening. Spencer does love Nightmare Toys. He's been in it a few times. So
that's amazing. Well, let's hope you guys don't have a when we were young repeat of last year when the wind destroyed the festival. You guys get some crazy wind out there in Vegas. So
God, I know. Otherwise the weather's perfect. Other than that, but the wind, it gets really crazy out there.
Fingers crossed. That's a big festival.
I've been to Vegas a couple times, and I can proudly say that the temperature is always 72 degrees in every casino I've been to. So we're all good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They keep it cold.
They do keep it cold.
Casinos, they want to keep it cold in there.
They keep it cold. They don't have any clocks.
Out to Vegas to visit the toy store.
Yeah, they do all that stuff on purpose.
Keep you in your seat. Yeah.
I was going over your well, I mean, I'm just going right to your acting from Nightmare Toys. Maybe did you have more you wanted to talk about with Nightmare Toys?
What do you have coming up acting wise? You were talking to us offline, so what do you got coming up?
So I'll just recap some of the stuff I have done. That nothing is out yet except for the movie, which Thomas Smith from Sick and Twisted did that movie. I also have done 2 movies with Tom Devlin. He lives here. I know y'all know Tom Devlin's Monster Museum here in Las Vegas. Absolutely love him. I always plug him. I highly suggest going out to his museum if you're ever here in Vegas. And if you meet Tom, he is an absolute pleasure. I highly respect Tom a lot. And I've done 2 movies with him, Nameless and Slaughterhouse on the Hill. So I'm excited for those to come out. And then I've done 2 movies with Sean C. Phillips, Desert Fiend. So Nightmare Toys and myself are in that. And then we just did Skate to Hell.
You guys just wrapped Skate to Hell.
Yeah, just wrapped Skate to Hell. So that was fun. The store's also in it in that movie as well.
And tell us about your experience with Sean. He's such a great guy. You and I were talking, in the green room. And how was your experience? Who did you get to work with? Their cast is huge. It's insane.
I know there's like 300 people in Skate to Hell.
But he's so organized and he's so on the point and he's so responsive. I really admire his work ethic and how he has things flowing. But I would love to hear.
I agree.
And who you work with.
He kind of lets everybody just kind of do their thing.
Very collaborative.
If we improv, that's cool. He likes that. Just very nice, respectful, just sweet kind of guy. And everything is very organized, which I like. I like organization and everything's, on cue and everything's on point and everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing and, all that.
That way.
It was a pleasure to film with him and everybody else that was involved with that and even Desert Fiends. I'm excited for everybody to see that as well.
I've seen the trailer for that. It is wild. I cannot wait.
He makes some wild movies.
He does. They're so fun. Tons of practical special effects, which everybody knows I love. I'm obsessed with. He does tons of practical special effects, like squirting blood and.
Nice. And yes, he does. Yes, he does. And everything has a little humor to it too, which I love.
Hey, Doug.
So the part with me, so I play a Karen. Okay. I'm a Karen.
The opposite of who you are.
Yeah. Well, I had to go out and buy clothes that I would never wear. Like I bought like a pink flowery blouse from Ross.
Oh my God.
Ross. I gotta see this. And like khaki pants. And then I have a purse over the shoulder thing, and I had my hair back and big hoops. And and so I had to yell at the girl behind the counter. Of course, my store is another type of toy store within this movie, so I'm playing the Karen. And they ended up adding on some more stuff to the scene. That
Tell us more.
And there will be appendages cut off.
Oh, I love it already.
Stuck in mouths.
Oh, jeez.
There we go.
Now I see where this is going.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I say a nice, fun line to go with what
Karen
put in the mouth. And that was all added within the moment. So it was great, yeah.
Yeah, Sean is known for here's the script, but have fun with it, make it your own.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, we're gonna improv.
Right.
And a lot of that improv turns into gold because once you get those actors on set and you've been working together, for a day and you've done your structured scenes, you're ready to play. You're ready to have fun. Your energy is so elevated and you're just so excited. That energy when you're on set. Everybody knows that energy on set. So when you get that chance to improv, I can only imagine the crazy stuff that y'all did.
It was very crazy. I don't want to give anything away though.
No spoilers. Just
but
fun.
you can kind of imagine a guy's a perv, so.
Didn't you have a little something you want to share with us from Skate to Hell? Did we get a sneak peek of something?
Well, that's right.
I have a fun thing that everybody got signed for me. Because I didn't go to every day. But
Indie Horror Junkie exclusive.
I haven't showed anybody. I was going to show everybody
the skateboard.
I have the skateboard.
Oh my God! How cool!
I saw those things circulating online. That is so sick.
Wow.
I love that.
I love it.
There's Robert Carradine right there. Now some of them I can't read, so I'm not sure because I didn't get them all personally. But yeah, there's a lot of good signatures on there though. I love it. I love the skateboard. Nicole Vegas, her husband made the skateboard.
Yes.
So yeah.
Well, they're beautiful. They turned out great. That's so cool that you got one.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. What a great memory.
When I was a kid, so it just kind of fits for me. So.
Yeah, it's nostalgic. I love that they did that. It's such a fun marketing tool.
I think so too. Yeah, I think we all ended up so her husband made a couple and they all kind of had their own. And then it was all of us going, oh no, I want one. Oh no, I want one. So he's been making skateboards and then he has
Santa Claus.
Her husband has a fun scene with me, with my scene. He's in it too. And yeah, it gets crazy.
We cannot wait to see that.
I got a question pertaining to Valentine Bluffs.
Okay.
And leave it to me to want to ask this question, but what in the world is butt drugs?
I don't know. Leave that to your imagination.
Okay, I thought that's your answer.
That is a different
hat of gold. That hat is freaking gold. When he walked in with that hat, we all started laughing. That was just his idea. Oh my God.
I was wondering if that was something he brought, if that was just the funny little antics on set, and playing jokes, or if that was just brought in last minute. But you said he walked on with that hat. Did he have that in mind for his character?
Yes. Because his character is supposed to be kind of douchey and goofy, and then I kind of end up taking him home though from the bar,
right?
So and then
Good girls always like bad boys, right?
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, okay.
So how was give us some really good set stories, something funny. Any set that you've been on here recently in the past. Give us a really good funny stories. The listeners love this.
Well, I don't know about any real good funny stories, but I would like to mention about this movie too, because I haven't mentioned it, and give a big shout out. So I did also recently do another movie called Barb and Vic, and that was with Ginger Lynn. She got me on that one. And it's a second, it's a sequel to another new movie that did just come out that she did called The Gifted. So this is a sequel to it called Barb and Vic. And what was really fun about that though was that my scene, everything that we had to do that day, we did at the Chicken Ranch.
Yeah.
It wasn't what the Chicken Ranch is. It is a brothel, which I have never been to before. And so I didn't know what to expect. And it is in Pahrump. It's on a back road. And it's like a nice little drive, though, but it's totally back roads. I thought I was back in Alabama for a minute. I was like, oh my God, like, where is this? But I have to say, though, big shout out. The place was so freaking cute. Like, the whole outside of the house looks like a dollhouse, kind of. And it's so adorable. I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. It's the cutest thing. It has a little mailbox. You have to do a little button to go in the little gate. And then there's this big picture window, which was funny. So we were outside. We were going to film everything outside, but it was very windy. And then we thought a storm was coming. We can kind of see it coming. But it was chilly. And so we're all standing out waiting for everybody to come so we can shoot the scene outside. And there's this big picture window, and you can see all the girls in the big picture window, in their lingerie, just watching. We're watching them. We're all just standing there watching them, and they're watching.
They're watching you. That's great. That's classic.
So they can tell that we're cold and and everything. So they run the I don't know what to call them, the house mom, whatever. Like
the mother hen of all the chickens in the coop.
He came out and she's like, "Yo, come on in. Drinks are on me. Da, 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 da. Come out of the cold."
He's got real big.
So because of that, we ended up filming the whole scene inside instead of outside. And it was a wonderful experience. It was really great. It was very nice on the inside. It was all ran by women. There's no men. It's all ran by women. Very clean. It smelled good with candles. I was like, yeah, this is ran by women. Candles are going. The ladies were very professional, very gorgeous. Every single lady was gorgeous. They just kind of set off into another room while we did our thing in the bar area that they have. But I just wanted a big shout out, though, Chicken Ranch. I mean,
Chicken Ranch, everybody. Heard it here first.
Very nice. I'm telling you, it was nice. Everybody was very polite. It was great, and it was a really cool experience. And I play a bimbo. You'll see. I'm a bimbo with an Elvis.
Oh yeah.
So you'll see how all that pans out and everything. But yeah, it's.
And is that available on streaming yet, or where can we find that?
No, they just wrapped that up here in Vegas.
Okay, they're still
literally it was like Barb and Vic, and then Skate to Hell, like back to back that I was doing. Man. So yeah,
so that was we told you guys she's everywhere.
I have heard of the Chicken Ranch. I have not been there. I said I have heard of the Chicken Ranch. I have not been there. But I remember they had a reality show on TV. That's where I saw it. Yeah, and it was just such a cool idea because supposedly prostitution is legal in Nevada, just not in the city limits of Las Vegas. That's why it's just out on the border. So, but the show was so funny and was so good, and you could see little glimpses of how they run things or whatever. So I definitely can understand what you're saying. But there were a couple guys there in the show. I don't know what they were doing there. So,
well, they've recently been kicked out. So
probably, yeah,
probably. By women. And I thought that was very interesting. I was like, okay, that's nice.
Now, I have a question about the store, Kristy. For those who are not familiar with Nightmare Toys or who have never had the pleasure of walking through your store, explain to us exactly what it is, what people can expect when they go. You have an e-commerce site as well, correct?
Yes, nightmaretoys.com. Everything's under Nightmare Toys. Just quick history. Me and my boyfriend Philip, we started in 2017 in Huntsville, Alabama. That's where we're from. We had a 2,000 square foot store in Alabama, and
you weren't far from us. We're in Florida.
And I built the online up pretty good to where we became pretty popular. So that was good to where we needed to move to Vegas. In-store stuff wasn't really doing so well there, but I mean, it's Huntsville, Alabama. So, I mean, whatever. There's not a lot of horror fans and, all that going on in Huntsville. So we were like, okay, we got to do something. We've got to get the in-store, as good as the online. So we'd already been coming to Vegas a lot. We love Vegas, and we're like, let's just move to Vegas, move the store there. It's probably a perfect fit, and it ended up being a perfect fit. And so we moved and opened in June of 2020 during the middle of the pandemic. But it didn't hurt us at all. I think at that time in June, I think everybody was ready to get out. Like, so it didn't hurt us whatsoever to do that. And so, yeah, we went from 2,000 square foot store to 6,000.
Wow.
That's
huge.
Yeah. So when you come in, you can see a little of everything. We've, it's toys, it's home decor, it's t-shirts, it's movies, a little of everything I have in there. So
very cool. We got to get some magazines in there, especially your issue.
Yeah. I do magazines too. So yes, we can get some in there, of course.
Yeah. We'll have to get with you on that. That would be so much fun. I love it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, Nightmare.
And the movies.
And movies.
And movies.
Now, Kristy, what did you start off doing first? The online store or acting, or how did you get into this crazy horror genre with all of us?
Well, the acting thing, I'm not an actress. I never wanted to be an actress, but everybody has just kind of asked me to do cameos in the movies, and then I'm completely honored because I love supporting the indie horror, obviously.
You're an actor now. You have fun. People love you, and they're bringing you in for a reason because, everybody knows who Nightmare Kristy is, Nightmare Toys. And if you're getting asked back, that means that you're doing your job and you're wanted on set. Believe me.
Thank you. I hope so. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, but yeah, so we have 6,000 square foot store. Well, actually, it's kind of 8, but our back part is storage at the moment because we had Nightmare Cafe. So we opened Nightmare Cafe, which was a spooky bar restaurant that we opened October of 2022. But we did just close it a few weeks ago because Philip did have a heart attack. But that wasn't really the main reason. We had a lot of other reasons. We were kind of already going to close it anyway. That just kind of was like cherry on top of the cake. But we're very proud of what we done. We're very proud of it.
Absolutely. I was following it on Instagram and checking everything out. And I was like, when I go to Vegas, I got to go to this restaurant. And the drinks were in their little spooky mugs. But you know what? Now all of this energy can be channeled into the store. And you guys are clearly killing that aspect of your business. And who knows where it's going to take you? I mean, it's limitless, really. I'm sure you guys have all kinds of ideas. So
Oh yeah. We always have ideas up our sleeve. Like I said, we thought of the bar because I'll be honest with you. Other people were starting to do horror online stores. And other people are starting to kind of, a lot of stores are happening now. I hope I had an influence in that, hopefully, because when we opened Nightmare Toys, it wasn't anything, which is why we wanted to do a physical store and the online. But yeah, we just wanted to kind of stay on top a little bit. So we're like, head on our bar restaurant, just to kind of stay on top ahead of things. We like to do that. So yeah, that's kind of just where that kind of came about to do that. But yeah, everything was spooky themed, food, drinks. And we have been selling the glasses and cups and all that stuff, the tables.
Oh, no way.
So there might be some stuff on the website still, I think. There might be some.
Check that out. I'll have to
I have to get Nightmare Cafe cup.
I didn't get to go, but I can have an authentic cup from there. But you guys should be so proud of that. I have friends who own bars and restaurants. I know the time and effort that goes into that. It is running a staff and everything to code. It's, mad respect to you guys. It's something to be so proud of. And it's just part of your journey. So
yeah, I think so. And like I said, we have other things up our sleeve too now. So we're back to focusing on the store, and then, I'm doing my projects now, and I'm getting into the movies and having the store signings at my store.
Lots of appearances. I saw you just had Leah Boise out there.
Yes, she's so sweet.
She's so sweet. I actually just wrapped a project that she's in. I did not have the pleasure of working with her on set, but she's a busy gal. She was also in Skate to Hell. They pulled her in last second. I saw that. So It seems so. That's something that you do on a regular basis, is have the appearances and the signings.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I just announced too. I don't know if y'all seen who I just announced, but I'm so super stoked. But I just announced Henry Winkler.
That's right.
Oh, the fun.
Yes.
Yeah. May 30th, I will have Henry Winkler at the store. So
that's huge, Kristy.
I think that's huge too.
Great.
Yeah. We were driving to Alabama this past week, right? And our agent that we use, Peter, he's like, look, I've got Henry Winkler. He's coming to Vegas, these days for something else, but we can, put in a store signing real quick if you want to do that. Yeah. Of course, it's Henry Winkler's the Fonz. And then for Scream fans, I mean, let's face it, the Scream actors and actresses have kind of been everywhere the past couple of years. They've done a lot of conventions. So I feel like a lot of people have probably gotten a lot of their signatures on their favorite items. But you don't always get Principal Mr. Henry Winkler that was in Scream. You don't get that signature all the time, though. He's not everywhere. So that's going to be good for Scream fans to get that signature on their favorite poster or collectible or whatever, whatever they got. So I'm excited for it.
Fun. Yeah. So if you guys are in the Vegas area, you have to be following Kristy's Instagram page, Nightmare Toys and Nightmare Kristy, because you're always posting these events. Everybody can stay in the know of what you have going on, what you're working on, who the celebs are that are coming to do signings. So show up. That's, what an opportunity.
That's May 30th. It's on a Thursday. It's going to be from 2 to 4.
Okay. Right? I think you had mentioned to us also you have a couple other events happening there at the store that you're real excited about.
So far, that's really all I've got going. I've got the convention, Texas Frightmares next month. So I've got that going on, and then the Henry Winkler signing, and then the Ice Nine Kills this coming Sunday. Yeah. I am working on another signing. I'm working on somebody else at the moment. I don't want to say who, but it is a female. So I'm working on her at the moment, just trying to get a date locked in. And I'm just kind of working on, I think we're going to take a small break from conventions. So Texas Frightmare is our last convention that we have for the rest of the year, and kind of focus more on our signings at the store and have people. So that's kind of what I want to do for a little bit. Conventions are also kind of getting a little bit saturated, in my opinion. So we're kind of taking a little break from that, and then just kind of working on our stuff, on our signings and our things. So.
And what a great opportunity for the store to be able to offer that and kind of have your own little mini.
Yeah, I think so. But
in there.
All the signings I've had have turned out all really well. Because also, with the store, having the store and it being open, then you have customers that are just coming into the store that know nothing about the signing, but then they come in, they're like, oh, this person's here. Oh, okay. And then they know.
And you have that network from being at all these different cons. So the people that are there, their agents. All you have to do is reach out to those agents and line them up, girl.
Yeah. I got it.
I bet you do. I bet you do, and you have the perfect place for it. So that's so fun.
I'm just really in awe about the Ice Nine Kills. I'm a huge Ice Nine Kills fan. As a matter of fact, speaking of cons, I believe Spencer Charnas was one that I suggested to see, at a con. I would love to meet him. Yeah.
They have their own con though. It's Scream something. I think what it is.
Remember. Yes, but they do. Yes,
they have their own con. It'll come to me like when we're off. Yeah. And they actually have it like when you get a VIP. When you get the VIP weekend package, you get a VIP. You get like a ticket to their show. They put on a concert.
That would be awesome.
Road trip.
Yep. There you go. Yeah. Absolutely.
Go to that con, go see Kristy in Vegas, get all kinds of trouble.
Lots of vacations and fun stuff.
So tell me something, Kristy, because I know you said you're not an actress. You don't consider yourself an actress. Yet you've got movies that you've already done. You've got more movies and stuff lined up. Is this something that you're really obviously you're honored to be invited to something like that, which makes sense, but is this something that you're really getting into? And if so, what is your process now when you get a script and stuff like that, being a fairly new actress or whatever it is to kind of get into the character and get ready? What is it that you've found out that you do?
Yeah, I get a script, and a lot of the stuff I've done have been cameos, except for the Valentine's Bluff was a little bit more of a part. And then the 2 parts that I have for Tom Dublin's, those are pretty big parts throughout the movie. I don't know. I don't really do anything special to get ready for a part. Just I guess what everybody else does, just sit there and remember your lines and just try to figure out your character. Kind of a thing. But I'm just honored that people are even asking me to be in the movies and stuff.
Or we're gonna have to get you down here to Florida to do a cameo in one of our Indie Horror Junkie films.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll have to figure that out.
And I would never turn anything down at all unless I'm just completely busy with something else or whatever. But yeah, I don't consider myself an actress, but okay. I mean,
that is so fun.
We'll
have to get with you and see what kind of character that you've been wanting to play and work that in somewhere somehow.
That's a good idea.
Little custom cameo just for you.
Yeah, there you go. Well, then they asked me to do OnlyFans too. So,
oh wow, there you go. So you're lining it up, girl. You're an actress. I'm go ahead and accept it. You're an actress, Adams.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to be a sexy vampire. That's going to be fun. So
that's going to be a lot of fun.
And then we'll party match Drew as well.
That's right. Yeah. So Amy was asking you earlier, whatever it is, about how you started in the horror genre. Is this something that, like, one of the first things you saw or you remember when you were a kid is your family showing you horror films or something? How did you become a horror fan, and what are some of your favorite movies or genre or particular subgenres?
Fantastic questions.
Yes.
So I started with Michael Jackson Thriller video.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, man, yeah. That was Scooby-Doo for me.
Well, and I watched Scooby-Doo too. I love Scooby-Doo. I can still watch Scooby-Doo. The Thriller video when that came out, and we were all sitting in front of the TV like everybody else, just like, okay, what's this video? What's happening here?
Trying to memorize the dance and do it with
awesome.
him.
It was the first scary thing that I seen, and I was scared because I remember being in footy pajamas. Yes. I had footy pajamas, and I was tiny, and I was in my mom's lap in the rocking chair. I remember that, and we were all watching as a family. We're all just glued to the TV because his video was about to happen, and I was scared, but I liked it. It was fun and exciting though to me. And that just got me intrigued. And then my parents had recorded the making of Thriller from HBO. It had recorded that. And I ended up just watching that religiously, like all day, every day. And so Michael Jackson really is my big influence on the 2 things in my life that I've loved my whole life. And that's horror movies and dancing. And I credit that to Michael Jackson. So, I mean, that just kind of evolved from there, from the horror. I was like, okay, I want to watch scary movies now. And I was always trying to find American Werewolf in London because
one of Rick and mine's favorites.
He shows that in the making of Thriller because that was his influence for the wolf thing, and everything. But I could never freaking find it when I was a kid. So I didn't even get to watch that until probably late teens is when I finally found that movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't at the movie store for whatever weird reason. And I guess
Blockbuster.
It's weird. Well, it wasn't Blockbuster. It was a mom and pop.
I got it right back here if you need it. So
somewhere in that room behind Rick.
But yeah, it just evolved from there. And then I'm not sure what I watched in between Thriller and my next kind of memory, but my next memory was watching Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 with my parents. And I was
awkward.
Wow.
Right. But at that time, I don't think we all realized how awkward it was. I guess I don't know. I do remember them telling me to close my eyes.
That was the classic in my house too. My dad would reach over and go, "Oh, cover your eyes,
close your eyes, Kristy." And it's the shower scene, and I remember being like,
Oh, yeah.
You guys lived very sheltered lives. Let me tell you what, because my parents actually took me to the drive-in. I remember holding the wheel of the drive-in, of the car like this, sitting in the front seat while they were in the back seat making out. My parents, we watched The Exorcist, at the drive-in. So they let me see that. So I've been damaged from way back.
Double whammy. That's what's wrong with you.
That's one of the many things wrong with me, Amy.
I'm connecting so many dots right now.
So many dots are neat.
Oh wow!
So let's get off me and go back to Kristy. Your story about sitting on your mom's lap watching Nightmare.
Molly's
I got interested in Freddy Krueger at that point. I was like, okay, now I need to watch the first one. And then it just kind of evolved. I was a big Freddy fan when I was a kid. And then it evolved from there. And my parents always recorded stuff off of HBO. That's how I watched a lot of stuff, was HBO or the video store. Obviously, like everybody else, I was the kid that got on my bicycle and drove to the video store. Now, for me, it was a mom and pop store called Video 102. I only had to have $2. I only had to have $2. I could scrounge up some change, $2 and change by Friday. When I got off school, got on the bicycle, head straight over there. And this is a time, y'all, where we could get on our bicycle and our parents didn't care. And I was going over the highway and everything else. And I'm like, I would never let my 10-year-old do that now.
No, just be home by dark.
Just be home at dinner, and then after dinner I can go back out and be home by dark. And I mean, that's how it was. So I was going over the highway at 10, a little girl by herself going over to the video store, and I would get all these movies, and they would always look at me strange, but they would always rent them to me though. They always rented them to me. As long as I had that money, they didn't care, but they still would look at me strange, and they'd be like, your parents, it's fine. Now, my parents weren't necessarily into horror. They thought I was morbid. My mom called me morbid all the time. My mom liked Stephen King, but that was like that's it.
First you drew the line.
I like slasher movies, so she was like, I don't know why you like those slasher movies. And then, of course, I was in a time where everybody was like, oh, those are boy movies. Why do you like boy movies? It's all boy movies. I'm like, well, this is what I like. I also wanted to be a mixed bike. I didn't get that either. But I got the skateboard. I didn't get the BMX bike. I like
cool parents. They let you watch it anyways.
They let me watch it anyway.
They let you be you.
They let me do that because they kind of figured, okay, if you're in your room, in your bedroom watching a movie, then you're not outside getting into trouble or doing anything else to get in trouble. So they just let
under their roof.
They let me be. But my sister, that's a whole different story. My older sister, she's like 4 years older than me, and she hated it. I don't know why this happened, but every time she wanted to barge in my room, there was always a sex scene on or boobs or something.
Of course.
It was calling to her.
That was me watching 90210 as a kid. My mom's like, you can't be watching that trash. I'm like, it's not the whole story, Mom. I watch it for fashion. But yeah, every time she walk in, she'd like pumping and grinding.
Well, I had a 90210 poster on my wall at some point too.
Yeah.
But yeah, my sister would always barge in my room and she'd be so mad and she'd go out and tell my parents, yo, let Kristy watch these movies. I can't believe. And she'd yell at them for letting me watch the movies, but then they'd yell at her back. Just go back in your room and leave her alone.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. See, they let you do your thing. I have mad respect for those kind of parents. You know, like let your kids be who they are. I can remember I would always pile up in the bed with my dad to watch something scary, and my mom would be like out in the family room watching her Lifetime or Hallmark movie.
Oh yeah.
It was always like a divide and conquer. Like, we're gonna go back here and watch our flicks, and you can have all of your flowers and sunshine. And like, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah,
I get what's wrong with me. I just like what I like, Deborah Jean.
Yeah, my dad was a Predator person. He liked the action stuff. So
yeah.
A lot of that too.
Kristy, is there a movie that stands out that just scared the holy hell out of you? I mean, like really affected you? There's two that come to mind with me. One was Jaws that freaked me out with water, as it's done numerous people. But Children of the Corn, I will not go in the cornfield to this day.
Okay. Well, I have a great story for that then. I'm glad you mentioned Children of the Corn.
Bring it.
So it did not scare me. I loved every moment of it. Me and my friends literally played Children of the Corn because I'm actually from Illinois. I was born in Illinois. And then when I was 12, we moved to Texas. When I was 17, I moved to Alabama. So anyway, that's how I got the accent. But I'm from Illinois. So in my backyard all the time was always corn. So we would literally go in the cornfields, no joke, and like run around, and one person would be the killer. And I'm not kidding you when like, okay, so my sister, like I said, was 4 years older. It would be her and her friend, which was a guy. They were the oldest, and then a lot of my little friends. Okay. Well, Doug was the guy's name. He actually would get a real machete. And we'd actually be in the corn, and he'd actually be chasing.
Wow.
And we played, hey, let's play Children of the Corn today. Like, that's what we called it.
How do you not get lost out there in the corn?
That's what I was going to ask.
You just drive, and it's just corn the whole time on both sides of the car.
That's the scary part of playing Children of the Corn, because we don't know where we're running to, and then we run out like, oh, where are we at in the neighborhood now? Oh, okay.
My gosh.
Yeah, we did that. Like, no joke.
The best memories, though, right?
It was so much fun. I had so much fun doing that.
Look, just talking about this has got Otis all scared.
I've got it. My anxiety is
you wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, right across from where I lived. I was younger. I don't know, maybe about 11, 12. Right across the street was a little small school, and we'd go over there and play in the field. And right next to the field was a cornfield. Well, we go out there and we play soccer or whatever, and the ball went in the cornfield. You ain't asking me. I didn't like being that close to it anyway.
It freaks me out too. I don't like it. I don't like
it.
And
I love the movie. The movie, I don't know if it really like terrified me that much. I mean, I guess it did.
It was just the thought.
The thought of cornfields. No, I've never been to a corn maze, even though Mrs. Dreads is trying to get me to go to corn mazes, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can handle that. Escape rooms and things like that. I don't know if I could handle that. I don't like being trapped, man.
Oh, yeah, man, I got an escape room story. I'm not gonna tell it.
So like Otis was asking you though, is there a particular movie that just scared you, flat out scared you?
Yeah, I've got two things that scared me. The one thing that kind of really scared me was the beginning scene of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, the bus. Because I rode a bus. So I always had in my head, is my bus driver just going to take this bus and just drive off into the field, and then is the ground just going to crumble, underneath it, That's what I was thinking. That scared me. It wasn't Freddy that scared me. It was that fact.
Did that really happen?
The bus driver doing that, and then the ground falling. That was scary to me. I don't know. That little part, other than that, and the Nightmare on Elm Street movies didn't scare me. It was just that little part. Then the Changeling. That gives me the seance and like that gives me the heebie-jeebies to this day. You turn the lights off in your house and you put on the Changeling, and it scares the crap out of me. That whole seance scene. I still like Joseph. And that's it. Other than that, nothing's really scared me.
I have a weird one, and nobody ever gets it. But when I was young, and this is an old movie, because I'm obviously older than you guys, but there was an old movie called It's Alive with those little mutant babies.
Oh yeah,
okay? Not the remake, but the original one. Yeah, that scared the shit out of me. I don't know why. But these little mutant babies, the way they looked and stuff like that, I'm like, Jesus.
I haven't seen it, but I don't like the sound of mutant babies.
Oh yeah, they were terrible looking.
It was a good cover too. It was a good cover on the VHS too. It was the baby carriage, and then you kind of see like a mutant foot or like a foot or hand or something come out of the carriage. But you need to see It's Alive. That's really good.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take your word for it. Hi, Jamie.
I was gonna say, as a matter of fact, they made this for me. You see it?
Oh my God, let's see.
Ew.
That's him.
Cool.
There you go, Amy. That's what he looks like.
Ew. Don't you dare wrap that up and give it to me.
That is so cool.
Stocking stuffer.
No.
I love that. That's neat.
Yeah, me too.
That. Who made that?
It was a guy that lives over here. I forget his name. I've got his name in email, but he did the little diorama and he had it on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that. It was really cheap, and I'm like, I gotta go get it. Had to go get it.
Yeah.
So funny.
So those are the two things that scared you and still do, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, the Nightmare on Elm Street thing doesn't anymore, but yeah, Changeling still does though to this day. Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, a lot of people say that's one of the scarier movies ever made.
And it's just like it's like a a mystery drama thriller too. There's no blood, there's none of that going on, but just all of the seance and all the spooky stuff in the house and just the banging. And like it's really freaky. It's a really good mystery story. If you haven't seen it,
I have not seen it, but so maybe I'll turn that on tonight.
George C. Scott is the star.
Image out of my head. Gosh, Rick.
And Trish Vander, was it Trish Vander? Oh, Vander. I don't know what her last name is. But anyway, she was married to George C. Scott at the time, though.
I did not know that.
Yes, they're married.
Wow.
Yes, and he's very much older than her, of course.
They're filmed together?
Of course.
Yes, they're married,
okay.
And they're in the film together. She also plays in another movie called The Hearse, which is a fun little movie about.
The Hearse. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one too. I highly suggest that one too with her. I love her. I love her voice. I always thought that she was just so gorgeous and just really soft spoken in the movie. I absolutely love her in this.
Nice.
Well, what was the movie The Hearse about?
A hearse?
Yeah, I mean it's about a spooky hearse that's kind of killing people, but then you kind of find out that there's people involved with it though.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because there's a movie that I watched that was probably maybe 9-10 years old, and it was on TV, and I watched it with my grandmother, and the movie centered around this house. And I don't know if it was the house that was haunted, but there was always this hearse that would, drive by. And at one time it drove by and the pool water started boiling. And at the very end, they're moving out of the house because just weird shit's happening. They're getting out. And I don't know if it was like an aunt or it was an older family member. She was sitting up in the window, kind of looking out one of the upstairs bedrooms. And she's all, there's this real suspenseful, like what's going to happen, what's around the corner type deal leading up to them getting to this old lady. And the guy's, the character's name was Bill. And, of course, my grandmother, she was like, he's behind the door. I swear, I looked behind the door for like the next month and a half, thanks to my grandmother.
I feel like you're going to be looking behind the door tonight, Otis. I don't know.
I probably will, because what freaked me out was he finally gets up to this woman, and you don't see her yet. You hear her, and she goes, I've been waiting for you, Bill, or something like that. And then he turns around and he goes flying out the window or something. I don't know. That just
I know this.
I hasn't rung a bell to me at all.
I don't know. All I'm thinking about is for Otis's birthday, I'm gonna go pick him up in a hearse and drive him through a cornfield.
Exactly. I was gonna say what we need to do to play a prank on Otis here is have somebody plant some corn stalks behind his door. So when he opens that door and sees those corn stalks, that'll send him over the edge.
I've planned the whole thing out already, so get ready.
I know if you drive me to a cornfield in the hearse, you won't have to worry about moving the body. I'm already in the hearse. Just drive through the cornfield and right to the funeral home.
Yeah. What better way to go?
Oh, also, Kristy, you have your own podcast, don't you?
I do. We have the Nightmare podcast. Me and Brian, the horror guru, he's my manager. We do it. We do the podcast together, and then I do my Live with Kristy show on Wednesdays as well.
Everybody check this out. Check out Kristy. Check out her socials. Check out her e-commerce store if you're in Vegas. Get your booties there. Check out these signings. You're just so busy and you're doing it. And we're just so excited for you. I can't wait to see what you do next. I know it's going to be amazing. And we definitely want to keep in touch. I'm not kidding. Rick and I would love to get you down here for an Indie Horror Junkie film.
For sure.
Yeah. A little custom cameo for you.
I would love
yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. So we're just excited to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, we're getting ready to close it up right now. Is there any last second thing that maybe we didn't go over, or anything you want to cover, make sure people know about that you have coming up?
Well, subscribe to the Nightmare Toys YouTube channel. That is where you can find the Nightmare Podcast and my live show. But anywhere you podcast, you can find the podcast, Nightmare Podcast. And then Nightmare Toys is on all social media. You've got the TikTok and the Snapchat and the Twitter and the, or X, whatever you're calling it, Facebook, Instagram, all of that under Nightmare Toys and Nightmare Toys, and then nightmaretoys.com is the website. And then you can find myself, Nightmare Kristy, under everything's under Nightmare Kristy. I got Instagram, I've got X, and then I also have my OnlyFans as well.
Yes. And you guys, she is the Indie Horror Hottie. And the next issue of the magazine is going to be coming out. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. I've seen it. You look incredible. I love the pictures so much that are in the article. So make sure that you guys are tuning in for that, both available in digital and print.
That's right. May 13th is the drop day. Well, Kristy, it was an absolute pleasure having you on, talking with you, chatting with you. And I do highly suggest everybody head over there, nightmaretoys.com. And man, if you're local, you guys got so much cool stuff. Ice Nine Kills. I'm gonna have to go listen to the Silver
Junkies Road Trip.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that whole collection of the Silver Scream. I absolutely love that album. But anyway, please, if you have a moment, hang on. Let us wrap the show up. I'll just pop you backstage. We'll say goodbye when we get off air. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Kristy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a spooky evening too.
Woo. Yes, ma'am. All right, we'll talk to you in a bit. Just hold on for a second.
All right.
My God, that hour flew.
I know.
Man, it
so
really
fun. There's
did.
so much going on and so much to talk about. I've got 2 movies that I need to pick one tonight to watch. So
there you go.
Well, the Changeling's a classic.
And
I
yes,
think I'll
it
sit
is.
there.
Yeah. I have seen that one. It's been a while. May have to revisit it now. As most of our listeners know, this is not our normal day. We had to do this a day earlier than our normal Wednesday live to accommodate Kristy's schedule.
Yes, because her podcast is tomorrow night. So everybody tune in for that.
There you go. Hey, that was another unintentional segue.
There you go.
I had no idea. But we will be playing a repeat of this show.
So if you miss us or you miss the show, you get a round 2.
You get a round 2 normal time when tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Another great show. I want to thank everybody in the chat who joined us, and as well as anybody watching on the replay over there on our YouTube channel, which you see all floating down there. I was going
to say one last thing in closing. Make sure anybody who's local here in the Tampa area, come out and see Amy and I on Saturday at the Death Becomes Them event. We're going to have all kinds of goodies and the Nightmare Collection VHS.
Yeah, Brass Mug University starts at 7.
7 o'clock.
Man, she even sang that. That was pretty good.
You like that?
I did.
I wonder how it sounds in the cornfield.
Or in the back of a hearse.
Hey, well, man, all right, I've had bad enough of you, Amy.
Good luck.
Good luck, Ray. All right, well, we will be back to our normal time, our regular time, day and time, which would be Wednesday. And next week, we have Mardigan. Yeah, from the House of Dolls Midnight Horror.
Yep, you guys are gonna love Mardigan. He's out here in the Central Florida area with Rick and I. He is involved in every way, shape, and form into all the spooky and indie horror. He's an actor. That is just one of the many things that he does. So we will save the details for next week. But super cool dude. He's been to some functions with us. You actually met him, Otis, when you were down here.
Yeah, he did a reading for he did a reading for Mrs. Dreads.
He's an amazing tarot card reader. So it's gonna be a fun show. He's a great
guy. That is going to be a fun show. So we got that to look forward to next. Well, I guess I'll let you say it. I don't want to steal your time.
All right. We'll see you next Wednesday.